I'm Jenna Edwards, and this is Scrapbook Rehab. My guest today is Ashley. Okay, let's face it, I can't pronounce her last name. It's Ruskevich, I believe, but I call her Ashley Rusky. And she's one of the most inspiring people I've ever met. Ashley survived brain surgery when she was 10 years old, and I met her later in life, and she's one of the most positive, upbeat people ever. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Jenna Edwards. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Thanks for coming on the show.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks. So, Ashley, tell us what it was like to have brain surgery. That sounds really scary.
I don't really remember much about it because I woke up one morning with a massive headache. I was like, Mom, you got to get me to the doctors. And then I went unconscious. So, 5 hours later, I took a seizure. 5 hours later, I was having brain surgery at Children's Hospital Boston.
Wow.
I love those guys. They're awesome. Saved my life.
Nice shout out. Go Boston.
Go Boston. Then I was in a coma for 4 days.
Oh my gosh. So what happened when you woke up?
When I woke up, I remember my mom being there, and I said hi. And then I went back to sleep.
You're so funny.
I do remember that. I do remember that moment really vividly. But then I went through rehabilitation. They were saying to me, well, you're going to have to be in the hospital for months. We don't expect you to be out. This happened in the summertime, so they said, you're not going to be out until Christmas at best.
Oh, wow.
I went in the rehab hospital and I was like, guys, give me 10 days and I'm out. I'm going home.
Nice.
And they all laughed at me. 10 days later, you know what? I went home.
Woo! I love that.
So,
how did you do that in 10 days? I mean, I know you were 10, but still.
I was 10. When something like that happens to you, and you remember this life you had before, and then you have these doctors and these teachers and these family members, and everybody's telling you your life's never going to be the same and everything. I just drew on this determination that I was going to be as normal as I could possibly be. You know, I mean, I lost my left peripheral vision, I lost depth perception and some of my eyesight issues, but short-term memory. But other than that, I mean, I can look at me, I have a pretty normal life.
You do.
So
yeah,
you can't really see that anything's wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Does that make it more challenging? Because it made it more challenging for me when I had post-traumatic stress disorder.
Really challenging. I think you see, like I was saying, all these people around you are telling you, oh, well, this is how you have to deal with it, and this is how you have to deal with it. And I'm like, you're not me. You've never been through brain surgery. How many people in the world have survived that and survived it with barely any consequences?
Yeah,
and be able to live a normal life.
You're kind of a miracle. So, like I said in the intro, you're one of the most positive, upbeat people I've ever met. Does having come through that make you that way, or were you like that before? Or
I think having come through that makes me that way, because when you can't really relate to anything, I drew on inspiration from anything that I could find. A movie, a song, people around me. So that's what I did. I just developed this whole, I call it my bubble, this whole support system of my music, my movies, my quotes, and awesome, inspiring people in my life, and just kind of kept that going throughout.
That's very cool. So what are you doing now to reach your goals? What are your goals?
My goal is, one of my goals is to write a book and to explain to people what it's like to deal with something that not everybody can see and not a lot of people have experienced, and sort of how I see the world. So the name of my book is called Dance Your Way Through Life. And
yes, because audience, Ashley is always dancing. This is how we greet each other. Hey, Ashley.
And I'm going to be writing that this summer. Yay! So that is my main goal.
Because you're a writer. Your main goal is to be a writer.
My main goal is to be a writer, yes.
That's very cool. So. And you do write now.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people read some of the stuff that you write?
AshleyRusky.com.
Nice.
It's got a list of all my blogs I write for and articles I've written. So it's all compiled in one place.
Very cool. So are you feeling good about the future?
Feeling really good about the future. The future's so bright, you know. I need
you gotta wear shades, really?
I need some sunglasses.
Because you're dancing your way through life. Everything has a song.
Everything
for
has
Ashley.
a song.
Everything.
There's
What's
a
your
song.
song right now? Ooh, on the spot, tough question.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
What did you listen to on your iPod on the way here?
I'm loving Payphone by Maroon 5.
Oh yeah, why?
Um,
Go Maroon 5, by the way.
Go
I
Maroon
love
5.
them.
I don't know. It's just got an awesome beat to that song, and well, who uses payphones anymore? So really,
Do they even make them?
they have payphones.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ashley, if you could talk to me a little bit about survivorship. What does it mean to be a survivor of something like brain surgery?
To be a survivor is just to maybe not to come back as normal, but to keep going and to not let anything hold you back. What people are telling you. I remember this doctor telling me, he's like, well, you're never going to be able to fly a plane. And I remember thinking, watch, I'll fly a plane someday.
Did you fly a plane someday?
No, and I don't really have any desire to fly a plane, but that was my whole mentality through,
I love it.
through this whole thing. And
You're very defiant. You're like, you just watch me.
if somebody tells me I can't do it, nope.
That's great advice. I mean, I feel like people listen so much to the negative talk that they then start to say those things in their own head and they become that, you know? So it's so cool. Do you think that being 10 years old and being still a kid helped you, because you kind of still have that mentality of like, I can do anything, you know, like the 10-year-old mentality, which I think is so beautiful, and we lose it when we become adults, and that's just sad, in my opinion. Do you think that because this happened to you when you were younger and you kind of, for lack of a better term, didn't know any different, that helped you? Like you just held on to that kind of youthful innocence and effervescent personality?
Definitely. I mean, I always tried to hold on to. I remember somebody asking me once, did you like your life before or after the surgery?
Oh,
and I said, well, I only lived 10 years of life before the surgery, and I'm kind of planning on hanging around for a little while. So I obviously like my life after, because I can share this experience with everybody. So that's one of my mantras.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ashley, for coming on the show today. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it,
me.
and you're such an inspiration in my life. And everybody, please check out scrapbookrehab.com and ashleyruski.com. And it's Ruski, correct?
Yep.
So ASHLEY
RUSKI.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank
and
you, Jen.
thank you for watching Scrapbook Rehab. And please check out scrapbookrehab.com for blogs and more videos. And we'll see you next time.